Hey there, Tiffany Thomas with wealthytiffany.com, and in today's video I am going to give you 2 tips for spending your time wisely or more wisely. And before we dive in, make sure and subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit that little bell to get notified on when I post new videos, and don't forget to like and share this video. And I want you to comment freedom below in the comments if you are ready for financial freedom. And if you're really serious about becoming financially free sooner than later, then I want you to click the link below this video and I share with you how you can do that. So let's talk about the top 2 tips in order to spend your time more wisely. And the first one that I want to give you is to really know what your priorities are, what your goals are. You have to know what you're working toward, or you're not going to get there. So you really need to know what your priorities are. And, just a little way to figure this out is to make a list of what's really important to you. You can just start with, maybe you're married, so your spouse is important to you, or maybe you have children, so that's really important to you. Or maybe you really love traveling and that really lights you up, so traveling is important to you. Or just spending time with your family. Maybe you have extended family, or I have nieces and nephews that I love spending time with. So just start to make a list of these things that are really important to you. Maybe you are part of a church and serving in the church is really important to you. So write that down. Or maybe it's important to you to make sure that your family is financially secure. Maybe that's something that's important to you. There's lots of different things that are important to different people. So just start to think about that and make a list of what's really important to you. And once you make that list, then start thinking about what your daily actions are. And this is the second tip. So you want to, every night, you want to just write down at least, maybe 3 things that you're going to focus on the next day or that you're going to accomplish the next day. So for example, maybe if you are working on some type of work project, maybe you want to finish that up tomorrow. Or maybe you want to spend an hour with your children. Or maybe you want to take your wife out to dinner. Whatever your priorities are. And you can even break this down into smaller or into sections of priorities. Maybe there's some work priorities, some family priorities. But when you plan out your next day, it works. You work so much more effectively, and you can see that you are actually planning out your day according to your priorities. So another way to look at this is to actually write down what you've done over the past week. And, it can even be the past few days. So start to, really realize what you're spending your time on and if it's aligning with those priorities, that other list you made of things that are important to you. And if they're not aligning, then start really planning out your day the night before and put on your list things that are aligning with your priorities. I have found this to be so helpful. And it doesn't have to take a lot of time at all. It can just take, maybe 5 minutes at the end of the day. Because you guys, our daily actions are creating our lives. So if we aren't making improvements every day, then we're not improving our overall life. And if we aren't actually spending time on things that are important to us, then we are not really happy. We, can feel really depressed, and maybe we're not sure why. But if we are spending time on things that are actually important to us, that are a priority to us, we are going to be happier. We're going to feel more accomplished. And we're going to be able to improve our lives and get to the point where we want to get to. We can accomplish the goals that we want to accomplish. So I wanted to just give these 2 tips to you guys on how to use your time more effectively. Because I think it's really important that we are aligning our actions with our priorities. So let's just do a little recap. So the first tip is to know what your priorities are. So you want to write down things that are important to you or goals that you want to accomplish. Make a whole list of that. And then the second thing is to actually plan out your day the night before. And you can do this by just taking a few minutes at night before you go to bed and just write down maybe 3 things that you are going to accomplish the next day. And make sure they're aligning with your priorities. So you can make that list of how you've been spending your past week. Maybe you've been watching an hour of Netflix every day, or maybe you've just been vegging out on the couch, or maybe you've been working a lot of overtime. Just start to make a list of how your past week has been and look at your list of priorities and your list of actions and see if they are aligning. And if they're not, then start making that list the night before of just at least 3 things you're going to accomplish the next day, and make sure they're aligning with your priorities. So, they could be, okay, I'm not going to work overtime. I'm going to come straight home from work and make dinner with my family. Or maybe if you really love traveling, then you're going to plan out a vacation that you want to take in 6 months. So you'll need to, start saving some money. So, maybe one thing you'll do is see how much the vacation costs and then where you can stop spending money. So maybe you're not going to go out to eat the next day, whatever it might be. But I just wanted to share these 2 tips with you guys because I think they're really helpful, because if you know what your priorities are, if you know what's important to you, then you can start to take actions to focus on those priorities or those goals that you want to accomplish. And if you're planning out your day the night before, then it makes it even easier because you know exactly what you'll be doing the next day instead of getting up late or just kind of lounging around, not really getting things accomplished. And then at the end of the day, you're like, what did I even do today? Was it even a productive or worthwhile day? So hopefully these 2 tips help you guys. And if you found this video helpful, please like it and share it with someone who needs this information as well. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you guys want help becoming financially free sooner than later, click the link below this video in the description and I can show you exactly how to do that. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks.